What is up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and welcome to another week of Tester Tuesday. This is a series of Scentsy review videos. We have 3 scents to cover this week. Remember, I always warm each scent twice in 2 different locations. To test it out, I like to see strength, longevity, and overall presentation. So let's get started. All right, let's talk about our first place scent for the week. From the Mother's Day collection, we have Strawberries and Sunshine. This one had 28% of the vote. It's this pretty coral salmon pink colored wax. On cold sniff, I would say it's about a medium intensity. It's part of a trio. You can only buy it as part of a trio on the website. Through Club, you can purchase it individually, and it's in the fruity category. Scentsy says, white woods add depth to flourishing notes of bright yuzu and wild strawberry. So I'm not usually a big strawberry fan, but this strawberry I really enjoy. They say wild strawberry. It reminds me a little bit of the strawberry from Strawberry Rock Melon, or I think it's called Desert Sky and Strawberry, something like that. And there's a brightness to this, and I think it's coming from a bright, it seems like it's orange, but they say yuzu, but there's definitely a bright sweetness to this. Really, really nice. And then you talk about the white woods, and we actually had white woods appear a couple weeks ago in Peach Paradise. It's kind of a creamy, gentle, woodsy, I called it a velvety smooth type of scent that you can add to notes. Does it take it tiniest bit towards body care? No, not really. It's primarily a really pretty scent. I would say a pretty scent, but you could wear it in body care, no problem. So I wanted to see what my family thought of this. So let's talk about it. My husband said, ooh, that's nice and fruity. He said 8 out of 10, reminds me of a nice sunny day. Now, the funny thing is when I pass him wax to smell, I just open it like this. Oops. I open it, so all he's smelling is the wax. He doesn't want to see the name, which I always think is cute. So then I told him, well, look at the name. And he said, make sure you tell your viewers that I thought it smelled like sunshine or a sunny day. And I said, I will. Because maybe Scentsy hit the nail on the head with the description. Erica said 7 out of 10, and Ryan said 8.5 out of 10. So I decided to warm 6 cubes in my open area because of the 3 scents I had going this week. I thought this one would be the one I'd want there. And in doing so, I have 2 cubes left out of the wax bar, so I put 1 cube in the storage room. So I have a big area and a small area. So the small area, it did very well, about 8 out of 10 on the first day max. And on the second day, I would say between 5 and 6 out of 10 max, and then it tapered off, and I removed it at the end of day 2. And in my open area, I put 6 cubes amongst 3 full-size 25-watt warmers. The first day, it was about 7 out of 10. I did leave it going the second day, but I felt like I couldn't smell it very well in the air, but when I got close to the warmer, I could smell it. So because the scent was so nice and I really enjoyed it being a strawberry scent, because there's not a lot of strawberries that I like, I thought I'm going to leave it in and just enjoy it. And some days you're just not in the mood to change wax, and that was kind of my mood yesterday. So I would say this would work best in medium spaces. I think it would do very well. This is a scent that I put easily in Erica's room or even here in my bedroom as well. I think it's a versatile scent because it goes in so many different directions. You've got the prettiness of the strawberry, you got a little bit of brightness, a little bit of creaminess. It's really, really nice. Definitely spring, summer. And actually, I thought we'd summarize this scent by reading a viewer comment that came in late to Tester Tuesday, so they didn't vote, but I thought it was a really well done comment, and it's by Chantel, and she says, Strawberries and Sunshine is so good. One of my all-time favorites. It has the perfect blend of notes that work so well together. It's got a sweetness, but also freshness and warmth. Very strong and long-lasting. I love it. Perfect strawberry smell for me. So, yeah, really, really nice. Will I be repurchasing this? I don't think I'll purchase any this year because I'd have to add it to Club. If it was available for individual purchase on the website, I would probably pick up another one, but I'm hoping that this comes back next year, and if it does, I will definitely pick it up. It would be one of those scents I'd probably pick up every year if it was a catalog scent. So really, really nice. 2 thumbs up for Strawberry and Sunshine. All right, let's talk about our second place for the week. It is Coastal Rain Cove from the Puddles and Petals wax collection. This one had just over 18% of the vote. It's a white colored wax. I would say it's just above light on cold sniff for intensity, and this is in the fresh category. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, white sage, crisp lemon, and sea moss dance during a waterfront cloudburst. There is an aquatic component to this, but it does read more like a gentle, subdued masculine cologne scent that is aquatic leaning. So I have notes here: subdued masculine cologne, a low rider. One of those scents that once it's in the warmer, it doesn't smell overly strong, and it's probably one of those scents that you kind of have to get close to the gentleman wearing it to smell it, so not overbearing. I think if you liked Black Tie Affair, it's along that line for intensity, maybe a little bit lighter. I would say it's a nice kind of nephew to Mystery Man or My Hero, so not definitely on the same strength as those scents, but in that family, but a much lighter intensity. So what did my family think of this? Well, this one had a little bit of an interesting comment. So my husband said, this smells like an unfamiliar area in the mall. So I think he's thinking of the cologne area for men. 7.5 out of 10. Erica smelled it and she had a strong reaction. She made a face and she said, this smells like the evil ex-boyfriend. So unfortunately, she said, I'm going to give it 0. And I said, well, what if it didn't smell like the evil ex-boyfriend? And she said, I would say 8. So she liked it on scent appeal, but it brought on a strong scent memory for her. And Ryan said 6 out of 10. He actually said it smelled the same as the next scent to him. So I thought for me, cold sniff, it's probably about a 4 or a 5. I'm not someone that tends to like masculine leaning scents or cologne type scents. The only one I really, really like is My Hero, and sometimes that even comes across as a bit too strong. So what I thought was, I'm going to put it not in Erica's room, just to be nice. I would put it here in my bedroom and bathroom and in the boys' room. So here it did very well for the first 3 hours. I could smell it very well. I would say it was about 7 out of 10. So I put 4 cubes in this space, 2 here in the bedroom and 2 in the bathroom. And then after about 3.5 hours, like I was going in and out and I thought, I can't really smell it that well. And then I just really felt like I couldn't smell it much at all. Now in the boys' room, which is actually the best performing space in the apartment, it did it a little bit better there. I would say it was 7 at its max and it went down to about a 6 or a 5. And then it kind of hovered around a 4 or a 5 for a bit. So on the start of day 2, I could still smell it in their room, but here in our bedroom, I couldn't smell it at all. So I got frustrated and I took all the wax and I just let them cool, scooped them out, and put 4 extra cubes in Ryan's dish. So I think Ryan's, like next to his bed, I think Ryan's full-size dish had 6 cubes in it. And then there's a little mini warmer that had 1 cube. So I don't recommend doing that, but it made it a little bit stronger that day. I would say maybe brought it up to a 5-ish, and it kind of lasted throughout the day. And then on this, so I basically left it 2 full days, but I had to kind of boost it and nurse it along. So not one that I would probably recommend on scent strength. However, if you're someone that's sensitive to scents, this might be a good option for you because it's not overly strong. And I would say it's more spring, summer leaning. Stick to a small to medium space and you might have to use more wax. Will I be repurchasing this one? No, it's not one that I love, and Erica had a strong reaction, so it's a no for me on Coastal Rain Cove. All right, let's talk about our third scent for the week. It is Quaint Country Rain, also from the Puddles and Petals wax collection. This had just shy of 18%, and it's also a white wax. On Cold Sniff, it's about a medium intensity, and Scentsy has put this in the fruity category. I would definitely say it has a fresh lean to the fruity. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, gentle raindrops revive orchard fruits and fresh violet on a slow afternoon. I hope I didn't forget to write something there, but this is very much an apple pear orchard type of presentation with a dewiness and almost like an underlying freshness. The freshness is something that reminds me of oak or something woody oak freshness. So I have a note here, if it smells a lot like Johnny Appleseed and rain. And actually, if you like the scent Orchard by the Sea, you'd probably really enjoy this. It's kind of like a spin-off of that. I'm going to say that as I was warming this, it reminded me of the Venn diagram again. So this would be in the middle. And then kind of connecting to that would be like the Johnny Appleseed and the Orchard by the Sea. Now, Orchard by the Sea has a linen component. This does not have a linen component. It almost has an earthy, woodsy hay component, which is what I'm going to say on the flip side. It also had aspects for me of Autumn Road Trip and of hay rides. So it's almost like a spring summer version of Autumn Road Trip and hay rides, but definitely close to Orchard by the Sea, just not with that linen feel. So hopefully I haven't confused you with all those scents. But there's little wisps of everything in there for my nose. So the one thing is, this was very, very strong for me, and maybe it's because scent appeal wasn't high for me. I just found the aquatic lean just not to my preference. So I put 2 cubes. Well, let me tell you what my family thought before I tell you where I warmed it. All right, my husband said no comment, but he said 7 out of 10. So he just didn't have anything to say. Erica said 8 out of 10, and Ryan said it smelled similar to Coastal Rain Cove to him, and he gave it 6 out of 10. So I decided to warm it in Erica's room because she had an available space, and the kids' bathroom, also an available space. So in the kids' bathroom, I put 2 cubes in the Night Sky, and that's a 25-watt grouted glass warmer. And it was very strong. I would say about 8 out of 10 on the first day, and on the second day, it was probably about, I would say about a 5 out of 10, and then I removed it after the end of the second day. Well, actually, I let it go overnight, and then I removed it the next morning. The next morning, it was really super duper light, so I would say confidently maybe a day and a half to a day and 3/4 I got. And in Erica's room, we're at midway through the second day, but on the first day, which was yesterday, it was between 8 and 9. Like, if her door was even open 6 or 8 inches, you could just smell it in the open area. It was overtaking the strawberries and sunshine later in the day. So yes, very strong. And on day 2, I would say it's about 2/3 of the intensity. It's still doing well. It'll probably wear off here as the day goes on. So I think if you're someone that likes a fruity scent that definitely have an aquatic fresh lean, then definitely think of picking this one up or putting in your club. I would venture to say it would be open concept worthy just because of how it did in Erica's room. Erica's room is the hardest room to scent in the apartment. Not a repurchase for me just based on scent appeal, but I would recommend it for its strength and longevity and throw. It's a good performing one if you like those type of scent combinations. So that is Quaint Country Rain. All right, let's move to the portion of the video where I'm going to present to you some scents to vote on. And you guys are going to put 2 votes down in the YouTube comment section by early Wednesday morning. If you can't do that, you can go to Instagram. It's Patricia Gates. Find my Tester Tuesday posts and put your 2 votes there. So I'm waiting for a club order, which has some random things in it to review with you. But I am a little bit nervous because there's rumors that the strike from Canada Post might resume. So I hope my club doesn't get stuck in the postal strike. But because club, sometimes they pass off to Canada Post, so we'll see what happens. But we have 6 scents to offer you up for voting. So let's start with scent number 1. It is Blue Water and Sea Salt. Scent number 2 is Vanilla Rose. Scent number 3 is Rugged Mountain Rain. Now I should have looked up how to pronounce this one. I think it's Saguaro Desert Rain. Sorry, I'm sure people are going to correct me again. Scent number 5, I just grabbed a couple license bars to offer you up, is Dream Big Princess. And scent number 6 is Dumbo Soar High Through the Sky. So thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. Thanks for watching. If you're new, you can hit the subscribe and the bell, and you'll be notified when I post a video. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next one.